has been a few months since I start post a video on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, but mainly YouTube. I don't have many subscribers, so while not many people are watching me yet, I can just open up and share some of my real inner thought. Over the past few months of putting out the video, my mood has been on this total roller coaster ride. From the very first video I posted, I was hoping for a massive wave of attention, but nope. The reality was the complete opposite. I was really eager for tons of people to notice me, and when that didn't happen, I got really anxious, and it forced me to do lots of thinking and reflection as well. I realized I'm kind of an impatient person. Lots of things I do, I just want to see results right away, and ideally everything is perfect from the start. But if things don't turn out like I expected, I get disappointed and anxious quite easily. Then I start doubting myself, and eventually I have to talk myself out of that doubt. This whole impatient vibe doesn't actually help me move forward faster. In fact, it makes me make more mistakes, and I end up wasting so much energy just convincing myself to keep going. Moreover, the accompanying negative emotions not just affect myself, but also put pressure on people around me. Now, I think at its core, being impatient is like this greedy urge to skip all the steps and jump straight to the end result. And not just any result, but the perfect, idealized one. I still remember when ChatGPT and Gemini first came out. I was still in university. The first time I tried them, I feel they were so intelligent that I naively thought these two could help me quickly write my assignment, my essay. But in reality, I spent a lot of time asking them questions, and the answers were so broad and generic, not really helpful. Or maybe I just wasn't ask them in the right way. Maybe, I don't know. Even though AI models like ChatGPT are getting more and more intelligent now, Grok, ChatGPT, and Gemini now are three of my best and free employees. They still cannot yet allow us to skip the stage of slowing down to read extensive literature when studying, or of conducting market research and talking to clients when working for a corporation. So in a way, I feel like AI has actually made me even less patient in some areas. I graduated from UCL. To be honest, when I was admitted, I was over the moon because I had put in so much effort. But deep down, I knew I didn't pick up UCL for the major. I picked the major just to get into UCL. By the way, I studied eating disorder and clinical nutrition. I still love that course a lot. I applied the second the portal opened, and 2 months later, unconditional offer. At that point, I felt like my mission was done. Basically, I applied just to become a UCL grad. I thought that UCL grad, this title, could greatly satisfy my vanity and my family's too. That mindset made my time at UCL feel so restless. I could barely settle down and devote myself to actually study. Back then, I was very eager and desperate, wanted to get admitted. So I hyped myself fiercely. As a result, I was admitted and got what I want. It was like a balloon deflating all at once. Then I was just lost. I didn't know what to do next. Moreover, I think impatience is really a sneaky form of narcissism, and I have seen this kind of narcissism pop up a lot in people I met after leaving campus and starting work. I don't know if you have people like this in your life. For example, someone with a stack of folders who could easily split it into 2 trips, but no, they gonna grab it all at once, and oops, it all crashed to the floor. or when they are explaining something to others, like how or what to do with this Excel sheet. They say it once, and if the other person didn't catch it or get it, they blow up right away. They got angry instantly. They might have said in their mind that they will only say this once. This is the plan for the video. We need to do this, we need to do this. Do you understand? Do you get it? Do you hear that? In other words, in many small things, these people feel that if they cannot succeed on the first try, they don't want to do it. The subconscious logic behind is, once I decide something, it should happen instantly, which means I only want to think about it once. In other words, if the world doesn't go according to their will, they will get impatient, irritable, furious, and start hating stupidity. There's a term called the will cost. It's like deep down they see willing something too expensive. For instance, a lot of time, if they need to think or ponder a problem again, their inner monologue is probably, oh, I'm not good enough. If I have to think twice or repeat myself, it proves I'm weak, inefficient, not omnipotent, not all-powerful, not the kind of leader who commands attention. So this fear of not being omnipotent is the root of all the impatience and anger. I think they don't hate stupidity because they dislike dumb people. It's because they hate how those people slow them down, busting their bubble of everything should just flow perfectly for me. Okay, so what are the harms to ourselves of being immersed in this impatient narcissism? The harm is that it leads us to ditch any chance of actually doing stuff just to maintain that perfect illusion, like, I would rather not try it all, or I gotta act like it's not a big deal. I have to pretend I'm not trying. And that actually ends up killing off a lot of our own possibility. I have only been posting videos regularly for the last few months, but honestly, way back during COVID-19, I really wanted to start this because I love that feeling of the camera on me, the lights hitting just right, and then tons of people liking me and following me. I love that too. But I procrastinated for several years until I finally and officially started in 2025 because I was scared, not of the hard work, but of what if I do it and it doesn't succeed. As long as I never kick it off, I could stay in that fake daydream. Oh, loads of viewers, followers galore, I'm perfect for this, but oh, my full-time job is just too hectic. That's just why. But once I start, I might have to deal with the real deal. Like maybe I'm not flawless, maybe I'm awkward, maybe my fans are scarce, and it's embarrassing when my videos outnumber my followers. This is a kind of narcissism, and actually I think I have had this issue since I was a kid. In school, I would go all out to look like I barely study, but still crash the exams. Now I see it was that effortless win that kept my inner ego pump up the most. This makes me think of one of my classmates. We have been tight friends for over 10 years. She's a super talent, amazing at drawing, no formal training. It's all self-explored and self-taught. One time we were chatting and she said she really wanted to get into self-media, posting her art on Instagram and Facebook, building her own style, turning it into a personal brand. I was very excited at that time. I thought it was great. It is awesome. It shows off your skills and could even make money. That night we were both very ambitious and full of plans, but the next day she told me, oh, I will just finish the things at hand first and we will see about the rest. She works at a game company as a designer or something. I can't remember exactly. Then she adds, if running the account turns out to be too tough, then forget it. This is classic. As long as I stay out of the game, I can keep believing I'm perfect. Because my friend, she draws incredibly well. Nobody around says otherwise. She got real talent, but she never put it out there big time. I think she's probably scared that jumping into the internet world means facing critics from strangers, risking a 19 instead of 100. To dodge that imperfection, she would rather sit it out entirely. So impatient and procrastination like this, they are basically twins. Both are about stealing into that narcissistic dream of effortless success while scorning and fearing the messy real world. For a situation like this, we can try stuff like: first, shatter the perfect illusion. Admit we're not a god. Admit that the 16 out of 100 is still solid. Perfection is not an ability or a skill, it's an illusion. True skill comes from actually doing it. Second, dive into reality. Even if it is messy, even it is chaotic, or we look clumsy or silly, we have to start. We don't figure it out first and then act. We sort it out along the way. Getting it done beats getting it perfect. Third, build connection. Let your energy, let your creativity actually flow out there instead of bottling it up and turning it against yourself. A ton of that impatience might just be from holding back too long, feeling unseen and unheard. But once you let yourself be imperfect, you open the door for others to pitch in and your energy starts moving for real. When you stop rushing to prove you are flawless or control everything, you will notice your world opens up, your mind quiets down, and ironically, you'll get stuff done quicker and smoother. So yeah, I think being impatient isn't just some quirky traits. It's like a mirror. It shows that a part of us deep inside that hate admitting we are ordinary, hate facing that we might be fragile with just average skills. So next time something's got you all rushed, just whisper to yourself, hey, it's cool, take it slow. One try doesn't cut it, do it again. Twice not enough, go for 10. When you can say that, you have made a huge progress. Seriously, no rush. Your best stuff is just getting started. And from another perspective, life is never a quick sprint, but a marathon. Being first doesn't necessarily mean winning. Impatience solves no problem. Only deep accumulation can lead to powerful output. Only starting with solidity and caution, persisting with seriousness, can you go far and steady. Real strength is in going slow, chilling out, letting ourselves screw up. Slow isn't lazy. It's our ditching anxiety as our driver and switching to real confidence. At the same time, I have to admit that convincing myself to be patient is a kind of painful process. But once you really overcome this, the world you see is truly different. But despite this, I still really love making videos. The sense of accomplishment after finish a video is really very joyful, and this video belongs only to me. Making videos is one of the few things that can keep up my attention focus for a long time. I don't have ADHD, by the way. Another reason for making videos, I would like to quote from Yellowface: I need to create. This is a physical urge, a craving, like breathing, like acting. I want my words to last forever. I want to be internal, permanent. When I'm gone, I want to leave behind a mountain of pages that screams. Juniper's song was there, and she told us what was on her mind. So yeah, that is all for this video. New video is coming on its way. Subscribe for more if you like this video. Well, I think you can subscribe anyways because you will definitely find some content you like in my channel. Love you all. See you next time.